guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm just going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look here. I've been using a lot of new glitters and all kinds of new fun stuff lately, as well as a new Morphe palette that I recently got, and so I was just really excited to show you guys. So I do wear this out, and I know this isn't very wearable for everybody, but it is a lot of fun. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and all of the information is down below for what products I use, where you can get them, and the best prices for everything too. And thank you so much for watching. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay, to get started, I'm going to be using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I really drown myself in this stuff, but honestly, it's completely amazing, and I go through very little of it compared to how much it looks like I use. And like always, going to be going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15. I just use this to prep my lid like always. I kind of tend to change what my concealer is, but this just works the best when I'm going in with something bright and unnatural. It definitely keeps it from creasing and makes it look really good for the rest of the day. And if I have extra dark circles, I will go underneath my eyes, even though I'm going to conceal that again later. I'm just going to be starting with Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie. I know that seems like a weird one to start with. This is a very natural color. It's a little bit like it's like the perfect crease color for me because I'm really pale. And you want to probably start out with a natural color, especially if you're not used to using bold, crazy, intense colors. This is a really good way to start. If you start out with something really bold, then you're going to have a hard time moving on after, you know, if you can't blend it out or whatever the case is. And I really like the tape method. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape. This is just regular like Scotch tape, and I put it right underneath of my lower lash line and up towards the top of my brow. I'm sure you've seen this done before 100 times, and I am the queen for recycling. You can tell I've already used these, but that's totally okay. This is the Morphe 35B palette. This is the Glam palette, and I'm just going to go in with a pink purple light toned shadow. I'm just going to be using my Sigma E40 brush, I believe. It's the larger blending brush, and I'm just going to be putting that all over the crease. You want to start out with a lighter color to really get that fade effect, because if you start out with any kind of darker colors, it's not going to look as good when you're totally finished. Also, for this particular look, I wanted to lean more towards the pink purple side than the blue purple side. I tend to like that color better, and I think it brings out more green in my eyes, whereas if I lean towards the more bluish purple color, then I'm going to end up with a bluer toned eye that it looks like. So those purple colors that you saw on the bottom are the ones that I'm going to be using. I kind of mix them with the pink colors to get that kind of pink look, and I'm just gradually going in with darker colors. So I start in the outer corner because that's where I want it to be the brightest and the most opaque, and I'm just going to be pushing that into the crease. So this is the NYX Skinny Dip. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows. It's the most neutral purple eyeshadow that I think I've ever found. It looks really cool toned on camera. However, I think that in person it looks more neutral because I have a lot of cool toned purples and I have a lot of warm purples, and I was trying to find something that was right in the middle, and that was the best color that I could find. I have hundreds of palettes, and seriously, this was the best one. So I'm just going to go in with these two shades of purple, this one that I'm pointing to, and the one right underneath of it, which looks kind of blue, but it's definitely more purple. And I'm going to focus that on the outer corner and then closer to the inner corner. You can't tell, however, I am being a little bit lighter when I get to the center of the eyelid, because I'm going to add a little bit of pink there later. The trick with this is you want to, anytime you're using any kind of bold colors, you want to use one brush to put where the color you want to be, and then go in with another brush, like the black one that I just used, which I have no idea where it's from, but you want to go in with another clean brush to kind of blend it out. So I'm just using this one to put the color where I want it to be, and then I just blend it out. You just want to keep blending. That's the biggest trick. That's a lot of issues that people have when they try to use bold colors. They think they look like clowns or whatever, and all I ever tell my clients is that you just have to remember it takes time, patience, and blending. You just have to blend, 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 which is basically what I'm doing here. So I'm going in with a little bit of a hot pink color, which you couldn't really see on camera before, but it's in that same palette, and it's like a neon bright pink. I'm basically just going to press that right into the center of the lid and then sweep it over the lid. So you can see here, I push it in the middle and then I kind of sweep it over. Because I want that purple to still be there, but I want it to have that kind of faded effect to the pink in the center. And another thing is the white. That's a big thing. So when you're using a lot of bright colors, you have to remember that wherever those colors end, if you just leave it naked, just your naked skin, then it's going to look kind of weird. So I like to use either a lighter shade of whatever colors I'm using or just white to go over it. These are the BH Cosmetics glitters, Royal Purple and Baby Pink. These are my two favorite, and all I do is mix them together to create my own little custom design, and I just use any kind of plastic lid I can find. This is the Nye Glitter Glue, and this is my absolute favorite for putting glitter. It is really wet, and it feels very strange on your eyelid. So as you can tell, I'm being really careful because I'm right next to my eyes, and I'm sure that this would burn if I got it in my eyes. I've never done that, but I'm sure it would. So I'm just being very careful in applying that just to the entire lid of my eyes. Now this stuff doesn't necessarily dry super fast. It's kind of too wet when I first put it on, so that's why I kind of take my time, because you want it to just be tacky. And the best way to get the glitter to stay is using a synthetic brush like I'm using here, and I dip my brush in the glitter glue and then dip it in the glitter. So you want to make sure that you have not only the glitter glue on your lid, but also on your brush. That's how you're going to get the least amount of fallout. I don't lose any glitter all day long. This stuff is amazing. So that's what I'm doing here, and as you can see, I'm just doing, I think I did probably like 3 layers total of all of the glitter. I wanted it to be a nice mixture between the pink and the purple, because the purple is really pretty, it's just too purple, and the pink is really pretty, but it's too pink, so I wanted something that was right in the middle. And you just want to make sure that you keep your eyelid kind of down the whole time this is drying, otherwise you're going to get a really interesting crease. So I'm just going in with a black color, and I kind of push that into the outer corner, and I don't know if I show it on camera, but I blend that out a little bit before I go in with the liner. You're not going to be able to see that black as much when I go in with the liner, but it definitely brings it to a point in the corner. This is a Too Faced liner. It's a liquid eyeliner. I'm sure they've gotten rid of it because I've had it for so many years. I doubt they even make this one anymore, but it was the one that I grabbed out of my drawer, and I'm just going to be going along that line that I made with the tape. That's a big part of the tape, is you don't have to care where you're putting the liquid liner, especially when it's kind of runny like this one is. You can just kind of put it on there, and when you peel the tape off, it looks so great. Now, mind you, it doesn't always work out exactly like planned, which you don't see later in this video, but I do have to clean it up a little bit on the edges with a makeup remover wipe, but for the most part, it turns out pretty good. So as you can see, I have a little mess up there that I clean up, but normally when I peel it off, this one looks a little bit better, where it just has that nice straight edge, and it looks really nice when you're using bright neon colors. So for my face, I'm actually only using my L'Oreal True Match today. I believe this was in In2 or In1. It could be a mixture of both. And I'm just blending that out with my Beauty Blender. The L'Oreal True Match is probably my favorite for drugstore concealer, maybe for, well, foundation, but it might be my favorite for any foundation because it blends really well. You can match anybody's skin tone. I have probably 10 of them, I think, out of the whole collection, and they have a ton in their collection. I think I only have about 10, but I can make anybody's custom color when I use their foundations. And this is just that same MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15. And I just blend that out with my Beauty Blender. That's nothing new. And this part I'm filling in my eyebrows. Honestly, I was just not feeling my eyebrows this day. And I don't know why. I just wasn't feeling it. And I skip over it here in just a second. But typically, I would probably go for a more bold brow. I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling it this day, but it wasn't there, so I wasn't feeling it. So that's why we skipped over it. This is my NYX Cosmetics translucent powder. I believe this is the luminous one. This is my favorite translucent powder ever so far. I've used the Makeup Forever one, and I like it. I mean, for what it does, it's awesome. I just feel like this one, having a more yellowy tinge to it, it looks really pretty. Underneath my eyes, I'm just highlighting and setting my concealer with Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana shade that comes in her contour kit, and MAC Pro Emphasize. This is my absolute favorite Morphe brush. I believe it's called the G6 brush. I'll have to double check, but I'll link it below. I just use this. I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I cannot remember the two shades I use. They're the two darker shades that originally come in the kit. I'm always mixing it up, and typically I use all three shades that come in, and I just mix them all together. And so basically what I do is I put where I want it the darkest with that more precise brush, and then I go in with a Morphe blending brush and I just kind of blend it all out. This blush that I'm using, which is so pretty, is Bliss by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going in with a super big brush to do that. And underneath of my eyes, I'm using the exact same colors that I used before, nothing different. These are the same colors that I used on my upper lid. The only thing is I'm taking this flat definer brush and I'm just going to push that on the lower lid, exactly where I want the colors to be. And I always go with the darker color in the outer corner, and then I fade it to the lighter color in the inner corner. And this is my pencil brush from Sigma. I believe it's E30. I will link it below. I'm just like failing at these names today, but basically I'm just going to blend that out. The same way I would blend it out on the top line, that's the exact same way I'm going to do it down here. And this is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. So far, so good. This stuff is pretty amazing. And unfortunately, not on camera, I put on my false lashes. They're Red Cherry number 43 lashes. I am terrible at putting on false lashes on camera. I don't know why, but I just like forget that I'm on camera when I do that. So I'm just going to curl those with my natural lashes. This little wheel of rhinestones I got on eBay. I'm thinking it was like 99 cents or something super cheap. So I'm going to be taking that baby pink kind of color and the purple color, and all I do is I dip each, I rub a little bit of that glitter glue on the rhinestone, and then I put it between my tweezers and I just put it on right here like that. This is definitely not like an everyday look, but I just think this is so pretty and it's so much fun. It gives a little bit more pizzazz to whatever makeup look you're doing, and because this glitter glue takes a couple seconds to dry, you kind of are able to maneuver the rhinestones where you want them. So as you can see, I'm doing 2 of the dark purple rhinestones, and honestly, unless you're rubbing your face, you cannot get these suckers off during the day. Like, this glitter glue makes these things last forever. So I'm just gonna put a little one of the pink ones in the middle to kind of bring the whole thing together. I thought 3 would be cute, and that's what I did. Like I was saying in the intro, this is definitely not like an everyday look, but I like it. This is the NYX liner in Natural, which is probably my favorite lip liner ever, next to MAC Whirl. These are very similar as far as color goes. The only thing I would say is maybe MAC lasts a little bit longer than NYX, but seriously, for the price, these NYX lip liners are absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to be outlining my lips, and I do a little bit of a lip contour here where I darken the outer corners and right in the middle. Instagram lips on fleek. I'm so retarded. But for real, all I'm doing is lining my lips. Nothing special. And the only lipstick that I could think to match this with this look at all was the LimeCrime Cashmere. However, I no longer support that company. So my next best option for this would be Anastasia Beverly Hills Pure Hollywood. I would say swatching those side by side, they're very similar, and in fact I like Pure Hollywood a lot better. It seems to last longer, and I like the way that it dries compared to LimeCrime. And I'm just going to set all of that with my Skindinavia setting spray, and seriously, this glitter is all day. I think I have made it through a whole day of working, hugging people, you know what I mean, hanging out with people, and I still will not have any glitter fall out. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought, and if you try it, totally tag me on Instagram because this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. It doesn't matter. make any sense.